All right, hey everybody. This is the first video for this Project Lead the Way class, and this is the first type of video like this that I've ever done, so I'm pretty excited about it, and I think this is going to be a really good way to teach because I don't like standing up in front of class, and if I don't have to stand up in front of the class and I can do these video recordings, I think this is going to be better for everybody because you can also go back and watch these later if you need help doing something. So the purpose of this video, there's sort of like four things that I want to teach in this video. Okay, the first one is to explain what a flowchart is. And then within flowcharts, there's kind of two types of flowcharts. There's a linear flowchart, and then there's a conditional flowchart. And I'm going to be talking, you can see this thing on the screen right here. Right, it says linear right here. It says conditional over here. Like that's what I'm talking about, are these linear and conditional. So I'm going to walk you through this sort of like a little worksheet here and show you and explain what all of it, what everything on there says, so that when you're eventually going to be making your own flowcharts, you're going to know what's up. So that's the first thing, is talking about what is a flowchart. Second thing, what's a linear flowchart versus a conditional flowchart, and what's the difference between the two of them. And then the third thing, and the last thing I'm going to do, is show you how to use this online tool called draw.io diagrams, which is just a program where you can make your own flowcharts. And in this class, you're going to need to be making flowcharts a lot. So I'm going to show you how to use that so that in the future, you're going to be able to use it. So let's look at this worksheet that's right here. It says flowcharts for algorithms. Now, algorithms, yesterday, that was a word that we talked about. It's a word that means basically just a step, a series of steps, right? An algorithm, I think the fancy definition for algorithmic thinking is the process of solving problems using a series of steps. And yesterday you set up an algorithm for brushing your teeth, and then you picked a different, like something like packing a bag or making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or I don't know what yours was, but you made some kind of algorithm and you listed out the step-by-steps. Now the reason we do that in computer coding is so that when you are making if you're writing code for like a robot, say, and you need to teach a robot how to brush its teeth, all the robot can do, because it's a machine and a computer, is just follow steps, right? So when you're writing out an algorithm to brush your teeth, you need to say literally every single step on how to do it. That's why, like, step one was steal your mama's toothpaste, because I know you didn't buy the toothpaste. Your mama bought that toothpaste, and it's her toothpaste, and you better remember that. So you use her toothpaste every single day, but you got to steal her toothpaste first, or maybe she lets you use it because she's a nice mama and she loves you. So you use her toothpaste, you put it on your toothbrush, would be step two. Step three would be put the toothbrush under the water. Step four would be put the toothbrush in your mouth. Step five would be brush your teeth. Step six would be spit. Step seven would be brush your teeth again. Step eight would be spit again. Step nine would be rinse the toothbrush off under the water, because you don't want to have a nasty toothbrush that has old dried up toothpaste on it. And then I forgot what number step I was on, but then the next step would be use mouthwash or rinse out the old toothpaste out of your mouth, spit, and then turn the water off, right? That's the series of steps that you would write down. So a flowchart is where you actually put it into a document where you can share it with other people. That's why we flowchart, is because it makes it easier for computer programmers to share their ideas with other people so that everybody knows what they're talking about. So let's talk about the different types of symbols that you use, which is what you see on this computer. So there's an oval right here. The oval is the beginning. The first step is always an oval. And then all the other steps are going to be rectangles. So like in the brushing your teeth, or this diagram, let's talk about washing your hands. Okay, this is an example of a flowchart. This is what a flowchart looks like. Okay, it starts at the beginning, it goes to the end. The ovals are the beginning and the end. You see how that is on the, like, here's the beginning, here's the end, right? Okay, the steps in between are in rectangles. So when you're making your own flowcharts, you gotta have to put them in rectangles. Okay, so beginning and end is the oval. The rectangles are the steps. So it says begin. The first step is wet hands with warm water. Second step, add soap to hands. Third step, rub soap on both hands for 30 seconds. Fourth step, rinse soap off your hands. 5th step, dry hands with a paper towel, and then you're at the end, right? So that's what the rectangles are. Now, a rhombus is the next thing, and that's where I'm going to stop here because I told you we were going to talk about the difference between a linear and a conditional flowchart. So linear is where it's just a straight list of steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, all the way down. It's just a straight follow all the steps. Okay, a conditional flowchart is the main difference for that is there's going to be a rhombus that has you make a choice. Okay, so on the first, right here it says, do you like? Let's go through this flowchart. So it's at the beginning here. It says give students either a red or white shirt. That's the first step, and the purpose of this flowchart is to put kids into different buses. So give the students either a red or white shirt. Second is put on the t-shirt. Third is assign students the field trip bus. So now here's where the decision needs to be made, because you need to know, do you have a red shirt on or not? Because if you do have a red shirt, then you get on bus 1. If you don't have a red shirt on, you get on bus 2. Do you see how there's a decision to be made? It's either a true or false or a yes or no question. That's what the rhombuses are. So that's for decisions. And then the arrows are the last little symbol you need to know, and that is just showing you going on to the next step. So, okay, the main difference between a linear and a conditional is that rhombus. If you have to make a decision, then your flowchart is now a conditional flowchart. So if that makes sense. If you have any questions, you can ask. So now let me show you how you're going to make your own flowcharts. Okay, so up here, you go to your Google Drive, and this is what your Google Drive home looks like. It has all your different files and everything. And up here where it says New, that's where you're going to click to start. So if you go to New, click there, and you're going to see folder, file upload, folder upload, Google Docs, Google Sheets. Go all the way down to where it says More, and then you aren't going to see anything. You're going to have to go all the way down here where it says Connect More Apps, and click on that. And then the screen is going to pop up, and then where it says Search Apps, that's where you're going to type in draw.io and search for it. Now, I've already got it downloaded on my computer, so that's why mine right here has green. Yours is going to show up. It's going to say draw.io diagrams. It looks like this right here, this very top one. And over here, it's going to be blue and say connect. So you're going to, where it says draw.io, click on connect right there. I'm going to do it for this lucid chart diagrams just to show you what it looks like when you connect. So it's going to say checking, rated. Once this thing that pops up, it's going to say that you connected, you press OK. So you've done that for draw.io. Is connected. Now you can X out of this and back all the way out. Now when you're going to be creating a draw.io, you go up here to New. Okay, that same place where we just were. Click on New. It's going to open up, go down to More. And then you have draw.io diagrams there. So you can click on that, and it's going to open up a new draw.io diagram builder. Okay, so I'll run through a little bit just to show you. So it's going to ask you to name it at first. I'm going to do this as example video diagram. This is take 2 because I did one video and I screwed it up. So this is my second try. So you're going to create, it's going to make it up. Inserting. So now once it pops up, it's going to look like this. So you got this grid paper, and you see over here all these different shapes. You're going to notice some of these shapes are the shapes that we were just talking about. Okay, there's ovals here, and those are the beginning. If you'll go back to the flowchart, the oval is the beginning and the end. So on your diagram, the ovals are right over here, right? Oval. So you click on that, and it's going to pull it up, and you're going to type begin in there, right? And we're going to do this for brushing your teeth, let's say. And we're going to make a conditional diagram because I'm going to show you how to use a rhombus and how that kind of works in real life. So we've begun, and then your first step is going to be steal your mama's toothpaste, right? Okay, so that's step 1. Step 2 is, that was a bad example. I need to get rid of these arrows and stuff. So now you have your beginning and you have your first step there, which is in a rectangle, which we talked about. But if you remember in the algorithms, you got to have these arrows here showing you to go to the next step, right? The arrows. So how are we going to put an arrow in? It's easy. If you float over the top of it, you see these little blue arrows that pop up. If you click on that little blue arrow right there, it's going to push down, and now you got an arrow. Right? You just click on it, and it pops up an arrow right away. And if you want to type anything on that arrow, you can type something, and then it will show up on your arrow. But we don't want to have anything typed on here, so I'm going to leave it blank. So you just got an arrow, right? And then you hit the rectangle again, it's going to pop up. So you steal your mom's toothpaste. Second step is put toothpaste on brush. Okay, third step is get toothbrush wet. Okay, fourth step is put toothbrush in mouth, right? I'm not going to go through all of it, but you get the idea. And then to get your arrows, again, you hover over. There's that blue thing. Click on that. Now you got an arrow. Hover over, do that. Now you got an arrow. Hover over, do that. Now you got an arrow. Okay, so here's where the conditions come in. I'm going to scroll over a little bit so that we can see it. Because now, if it's conditional, that means you have a decision to make. You got to put a rhombus in. So this is super unhealthy, and you probably shouldn't be brushing your teeth. And you can call me nasty if you want when we're done with this, but this is how I make a decision when I'm brushing my teeth. When I floss, I pretty much only floss if I have food stuck in my teeth. So that's the yes or no. Is there food in my teeth, right? That's the rhombus. Is there food in my teeth? Okay? Because that's the decision I make. If the answer is yes, there is food in my teeth, then I floss, right? So that's where you would take a rectangle, put a rectangle over here. So now, is there food in my teeth? And I'm going to put an arrow over there, and I'm going to say, right here, I'm going to say yes. See how that yes showed up right there on the arrow? So is there food in my teeth? The rhombus means there's a decision being made. And yes, I do have food in my teeth, so then I'm going to floss my teeth, right? If the answer to that is no, there is no food in my teeth, I'm going to put another rectangle in over here, because if the answer is no, you're still going to have your arrow here, and the answer is no. Okay, so you got your no with the arrow, see it? Then you're going to, rinse your mouth, rinse mouth, and play video games, or whatever you do when you're done brushing your teeth. Because I know y'all ain't going to bed, you staying up late doing stupid stuff like playing video games or talking to each other on Snapchat or whatever you all kids are doing. Okay, so that's how the rhombus works right here. It's a decision, a yes or no decision. Yes, there's food in my teeth, I'm going to floss. No, there's not food in my teeth, I'm going to rinse. So this is now a conditional flow chart. It's just it's a series of steps that you can use to show stuff. So that's how you use draw.io. If we were really going to follow it all the way out to the end, we'd be putting an oval here and saying, now you're done, or finish, or whatever. We can get these arrows put in over here to line up or whatever. So now you got an arrow there. We're gonna put an arrow here. I'm gonna delete that box. So now you got your arrows on what you're doing. So rinse your mouth, play video games, and you're done. Floss your teeth, and you're done. That's how draw.io works. So you're going to be making these, and the assignment today is going to be making one of these. I think you are creating a flow chart for whatever algorithm you made up yesterday. So we did the brush your teeth one all together, but you're going to be making one for whatever. If you did make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or whatever, that's the video you're going to make. All right, cool. So I think our goals were to know what the difference between a linear and a conditional flow chart are, and I think we did that. And what the main difference is, again, the main difference is that rhombus. And then I wanted to show you how to download and connect draw.io to your Google Drive, because you're going to need that a bunch. And I showed you how to use it. So, successful video. Thanks, guys.